Hello, welcome back to the Pink Floyd completion project. This is the first of the series. This is take two. I recorded a 14-minute version of this, and it turns out my microphone wasn't fucking working. So if I seem a little bit curt, a little bit, fucking ready to get this done, it's because I recorded this already. But we're going to start with, the review of Pink Floyd's first album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Now, Piper at the Gates of Dawn was released in 1967. It was recorded at Abbey Road Studios. Piper at the Gates of Dawn, very prog rock title. It's a psychedelic album. Not knocking that genre of music, just saying. And the neighbors are shooting off guns. But Piper at the Gates of Dawn, it's a good start. It doesn't have a lot of flavors of where the band is going, but it has some. First song, Astronomy Dawnomy. I forgot the title for a second. That's not good, considering the fact I've listened to this song a million times. Astronomy Dawnomy is one of those songs where it's it definitely shows, oh yeah, this band's gonna be big. Or not, well, this band's gonna be big. It shows sort of where this band was going, sort of, not necessarily the lyrical direction or the musical direction all that much, but in terms of, lyrical intelligence and I was gonna say instrumental mastery, not really, but in terms of overall general song structure, it definitely shows where the band was going. It's good. I've heard it 1,000 times. This is one of those songs from this album that I do revisit quite frequently. And it would go on to be the only song that the band would play on both their first tour and their last tour. So that's cool. Next song is called Lucifer Sam. It sounds like a Bond theme, which is hilarious considering the fact that it's about a cat that's a pain in the ass. Syd Barrett was a funny fella. He wrote a lot of funny songs. If you listen to Arnold Layne, and you're in tune with, which was their first single, by the way. It's not on this album. But if you listen to Arnold Layne, it is in tune with 1950s, 1960s British humor. And so's this one. So is Lucifer Sam. Next song is called Flaming. Not sure what this one's about. It's not a sexual thing. It's just kind of fucking odd, which, I guess, that's cool. But it's just kind of odd. Matilda Mother is the song that follows this, I think. I just listened to the album, 20 minutes ago. And some stuff's already leaving my mind. Such as song titles. It's okay. Rick Wright gets a lot of lead vocals on this album. He got the lead on Astronomy Dawnomy with Syd harmonizing, and he gets the lead on Matilda Mother. Power Talk H, that's a song that, that's one of those, that felt it starts off with Roger making a bunch of weird fucking noises. Roger Waters making a bunch of weird fucking animal noises. But, this song definitely feels oh yeah. Bands, this is the one, that shows the direction. And then the side one, Closer, is Roger Waters' first first song that he contributed to Pink Floyd. Lyrically, it's dog shit. Musically, it sounds like something that the Doors would have done. And the Doors' first album came out the same year in 1967, although, a decent amount earlier. I think it was released in January, and this was released, I don't know off the top of my head. I think it was like June, September, somewhere in that window. But like it's odd. Side 2 opens with hold on, let me finish this. Take up thy stethoscope and walk is Roger's first contribution. Lyrically, it's dog shit. Musically, it sounds like the Doors. That's the song I was talking about. Sorry. So that's the side 1 closer. Side 2 opener is a song called Interstellar Overdrive, and it has this really cool guitar riff where it's like wham bow wow no 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 wham bow wow no 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 ba-na-na-na-no. And a lot of these songs, a lot of like the longer jammy songs were put together where while the band was performing at the UFO or UFO club. And apparently this song could go like upwards of like half an hour, which that's cool. Like, the fact that a band can play one song for half an hour and like the audience doesn't lose interest, that's cool as hell. But on here it's only like nine-ish minutes. Rest of the album's okay. There's a song called The Gnome I like. I like that. It's goofy. It almost, like, lyrically, it feels like the 1960s equivalent of, I don't know if you know of this band. I don't know a whole lot about them. I've heard, like, 2 songs from them. But there's this band called The Presidents of the United States of America. And they have a song that goes, moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Like, lyrically, it's a very goofy song. It's a very silly song. Like, Syd Barrett's lyrics, like, on, like, the more single-focused stuff, like, there's a song called Scarecrow, like, and The Gnome. Like, Syd Barrett's lyrics on the more single-focused stuff are very silly. 1960s equivalent of the Presidents of the United States of America. And then the song that this album ends with, Bike, is like another one that I've heard a million times because it's on the Echoes compilation. I like the first half of the song. I don't like the second half of the song because the second half of the song is just fucking sounds. It's like not fucking sounds, but it's just sounds. It's just weird as hell. But yeah, it's a solid album. I'd rate it sort of 5.5, 6.5, not 6.5, 5.5 to like 6 out of 10. It's okay. It's like, it's not a terrible album. It's a decent album. Like, I'd recommend it if you like psychedelic music, or if you like want to hear Pink Floyd's first album. So yeah, that's where we're going to conclude the review portion of this. Now we continue with some history, starting with a musical fun fact. While Pink Floyd were recording their debut album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which is what we've just reviewed, the Beatles were recording Sgt. Pepper. And so the bands and they were both at Abbey Road, and so the bands would kind of like come in and, like, I guess, listen to what each other were doing, like, and I guess kind of steal stuff from each other. So that's cool, where it's like the Beatles were just like, or Paul McCartney was just like, oh, there's this band, they're called Pink Floyd. I can't do his voice. Like, there's this band. That's fucking bad. But he's like, there's this band called Pink Floyd, they're recording some wacky shit. And John's just like, I don't give a shit, let's get the album done. And Ringo's just fucking drumming. Anyway, enough with the Beatles skit. But yeah, everybody on the album does really good, instrumentally wise. Everybody on Piper does really good. So while they were recording this album, Syd Barrett started experimenting with this little drug called LSD, or acid. And one night he dropped so fucking much that he essentially fried his brain. And some people, like Roger Waters, theorized that Syd Barrett was schizophrenic. I'm not an expert in this. I'm not going to deny that it was a possibility. But other band members were like Nick Mason doesn't think he was schizophrenic. David Gilmour doesn't think he was schizophrenic. Rick thinks it's a possibility, but not highly likely. So I guess I don't know. And it's really sad what happened to Syd Barrett, because he was very you can hear it on this album. Brilliant fucking guy. I would if there was a time machine, I would actually kind of like to meet this dude. But he dropped so much acid that he went nuts. They had to cancel an American tour, and because they canceled the American tour, they called in Syd's old Cambridge buddy, his old school days buddy, David Gilmour, guitarist David Gilmour. And at the time, David Gilmour was just another guy. Nobody knew the godliness this dude was gonna hit, but we ain't there yet. So David Gilmour comes in, basically having to be a pseudo frontman, or a replacement frontman. Syd Barrett would be performing on the stage, but there were so few moments of lucidity at a certain point. And so the band was getting ready, and that's essentially where we're going to leave it until the next video. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have enjoyed my mildly inane ramblings. If you want to see more of this series, which I've got more coming soon. They're not complicated to make. I guess subscribe if you like the video, like it. If you have anything you add, comment. If you want to see more of this, subscribe. If you want to see more of me outside of this series, I have a podcast with two of my buddies. It's called Dorkies. I'll link it in the description. We get up to some shenaniganery. But it's that's where I'm gonna leave it. I will hopefully see you folks again soon. See ya.